Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask. Act. Action will delineate and define you. Honesty is the first chapter of the book Wisdom. The man who reads nothing at all is better educated than the man who reads nothing but newspapers. On matters of style, swim with the current; on matters of principle, stand like a rock. The most valuable of all talents is that of never using two words when one will do. I'm a greater believer in luck, and I find the harder I work the more I have of it. We in America do not have government by the majority. We have government by the majority who participate. I would rather be exposed to the inconveniences attending too much liberty than to those attending too small a degree of it. Our civil rights have no dependence on our religious opinions any more than our opinions in physics or geometry. Nothing gives one person so much advantage over another as to remain always cool and unruffled under all circumstances. If a nation expects to be ignorant and free, in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be. The whole art of government consists in the art of being honest. There is nothing more unequal than the equal treatment of unequal people. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Timid men prefer the calm of despotism to the tempestuous sea of liberty. I think one travels more usefully when they travel alone, because they reflect more. Do not bite at the bait of pleasure till you know there is no hook beneath it. I was bold in the pursuit of knowledge, never fearing to follow truth and reason to whatever results they led. To compel a man to furnish funds for the propagation of ideas he disbelieves and abhors is sinful and tyrannical. Tyranny is defined as that which is legal for the government but illegal for the citizenry. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Every day is lost in which we do not learn something useful. Man has no nobler or more valuable possession than time. I never considered a difference of opinion in politics, in religion, in philosophy, as cause for withdrawing from a friend. Our liberty depends on the freedom of the press, and that cannot be limited without being lost. I hold it that a little rebellion now and then is a good thing, and as necessary in the political world as storms in the physical. Peace, commerce, and honest friendship with all nations, entangling alliances with none. I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. The natural progress of things is for liberty to yield, and government to gain ground. He who knows nothing is closer to the truth than he whose mind is filled with falsehoods and errors. He who permits himself to tell a lie once, finds it much easier to do it the second time. Those who expect to be both ignorant and free, expect what never was and never will be. It is error alone which needs the support of government. Truth can stand by itself. An honest man can feel no pleasure in the exercise of power over his fellow citizens. We are not to expect to be translated from despotism to liberty in a feather bed. When governments fear the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. I do not take a single newspaper, nor read one a month, and I feel myself infinitely the happier for it. Peace and friendship with all mankind is our wisest policy, and I wish we may be permitted to pursue it. I am for freedom of religion, and against all maneuvers to bring about a legal ascendancy of one sect over another. It is more dangerous that even a guilty person should be punished without the forms of law than that he should escape. Good wine is a necessity of life for me.